All right, guys, good morning. This is my second time trying to do this. I recorded it, but the video got messed up. So we're in chapter 32, and this is the end of the discourse between Job and his friends. And this is the beginning of a young man named Elihu, who was, we're assuming, just kind of standing there listening to this observation or observing this thing between Job and his three friends here. So this is where Elihu starts. He starts in on. He gives it to everybody. So we're going to start with chapter 32 again, and I hope this records. So these three men stopped answering Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. But Elihu, son of Barachel, the Buzite of the family of Ram, became very angry with Job for justifying himself rather than God. He was also angry with the three friends because they had found no way to refute Job and yet had condemned him. Now Elihu had waited before speaking to Job because they were older than he, but when he saw that the three men had nothing more to say, his anger was aroused. So this young man's watching these guys go back and forth, and he's mad at everybody. He's mad at Job because he's justifying himself rather than God, rather than saying, "I guess not totally sure." Just kind of justifying why is this happening to me, kind of, instead of maybe I think he's on the right path. Well, I know he's on the right path because we don't have to justify our who are we to justify ourselves to God. And then also he's definitely right about the three friends. I mean, they were on shaky ground to begin with this whole story, and yet they had no good spiritual way to condemn him, like Elihu's saying, but they did. You know, they didn't refute him, but hey, you're condemned anyways because bad things happen to bad people. There's just you had to have sinned. So, so Elihu, son of Barachel the Buzite, said, I am young in years and you are old, and this is why I was fearful, not daring to tell you what I know. I thought age should speak, advanced years should teach wisdom, but this is the spirit it is the spirit in a man, the breath of the Almighty that gives him understanding. It is not only the old who are wise, not only the aged who understand what is right. Therefore I say, listen to me. I too will tell you what I know. I waited while you spoke, I listened to your reasoning while you were searching for words. I gave you my full attention, but not one of you has proved Job wrong. None of you has answered his arguments. Do not say we have found wisdom, let God refute him, not man. But Job has not marshaled his words against me, and I will not answer him with your arguments. So he starts off by saying, respectfully, sirs, you're older, you should be speaking with all this wisdom, but obviously you have none. Um, like he said here, he was listening to them the whole time, and none of them proved Job wrong, and none of them answered the questions. His arguments that he had. You know, so we'll continue. They are dismayed and have no more to say. Words have failed them. Must I wait now that they are silent? Now that they stand here with no reply? I too will have my say. I too will tell what I know, for I am full of words, and the spirit within me compels me. Inside I am like bottled up wine, like new wineskins ready to burst. I must speak and find relief. I must open my lips and reply. I will show partiality to no one, nor will I flatter any man, for if I were skilled in flattery, my maker would soon take me away. So he's basically saying here, I'm gonna say what I think. I let you guys talk, and I've had all this bottled up in me that I'm about ready to explode. So he's he's almost kind of like Job. He's like, I have to say my piece so I can get it off my chest. And he's basically saying everyone's gonna. It's I like this guy. He's basically saying everyone's getting a piece of my mind. He's gonna show partiality to no one and flatter any man, nor will I flatter any man. So this will be interesting. So that's 32. In a nutshell, we see this young man who was uh, patiently waiting his turn and can no longer keep quiet. So here he is. And we're going to hear more from him in the next couple chapters. So this will be good. So you guys have a great day. God bless.